Let's see Paul Allen's card.
He's not in there. Why would you be in his office at 3 o'clock? Where is he? Conference room.
Okay, I believe that is an L.
It is, in fact, an L.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Is this thing on? Are we here? Are we there? What are you doing, you beautiful mother tubers, you? Holy heck, it is Thanksgiving Eve here on the East Coast of the United States of America. I have learned that Thanksgiving is probably the easiest and best thing America could export, and we haven't done it yet. I don't know why. We need to do something. Maybe we should. Turkeys can't fly. I mean, there's so much stuff I've found out. Birds still aren't real. Maybe that's why turkeys can't fly. But if I had a turkey, I would name it Gobbles. How is everybody doing? Hey, Rabbit. Hey, baby. How are you doing? Melissa Jane, how are you? Melissa, let me tell you what. I want to talk about Mel and a few other people that don't live in America. Super D, what's up? Jim with no filter, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, Miami Spice, what are you doing here? You need to go and partake in 3D. You need to stay away from the 2D. Ballstorm, Hailstorm. True Crime with Sunshine, how are you doing? True Crime may have bust open the Birds Aren't Real reality wide open and actually caught a drone eye. It's really an amazing photo. How are you doing, Sky Blue Moon? Let's see here, I'm trying to see. Texas Jen, oh my gosh, all the way from the fake state of Texas. I've never been to Texas, so I'm pretty sure it's not real. We were taught that in school in Tennessee that Texas was Tennessee's Australia. It's where our undesirables were shipped off to. So, and now I'm learning that Australia isn't real. Why would Texas be? Prove me wrong. Amen. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. This is a Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Thanksgiving. Hope to goodness I can make it home before the turkey crows in the morning. Woo! Man, I'll tell you what, we need some Ric Flair is what we need. Some Ric Flair type stuff. Anyway, guys, it's been a, when was the last time I streamed? I don't even remember anymore. I don't know how I do this thing. Let me see here. I'm trying to, okay, cool. Super V, you still have the coolest looking, well, it's the cutest avatar out there. Anyway, it's, gosh, I've gotten some sunrises, some sunsets. Those have been really cool, guys. I really appreciate those videos. I'm sitting there. I want you guys to let me give you an oral illustration here. I'm in the hospital, and because the hospital has good food, they have 4 or 5 different things, different varieties. It's awesome. So you go to the hospital to eat. And by the way, I just finished off a what's those things called? Pop-Tart, a cinnamon sugar Pop-Tart. And I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper. This is my dinner. So as it said, so let it be written. It is the way. So I'm sitting there, minding my own business, and I look out, and you see the sun start to go down. And I'm like, I know I'm just staring at it. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, what? I mean, this is boring, right? And then I stopped. I was like, I'm not bored. I am enjoying this more than I really thought I would. And so I grabbed my phone, and I don't know if everybody can do this yet. I have the, oh wait, you have a Mac, first of all, so I already know that none of y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you can now on Mac, and I think I've seen Magcore Mofo do it with a PC and like an Android. It's where you can use your phone as a separate camera for your computer. And so I set the phone about, like, I had to wedge it into this one little area, to get, like, it's at the window looking out. And I was able to hit up on StreamYard, so I was like, this is kind of cool. And I got to watch it, and you see the sun, coming through the first one I did, there were no clouds, and then all of a sudden, by the time I got to streaming, the clouds had rolled in. I don't know, it was something. I mean, listen to me. Listen to how I'm describing it right now. Obviously, there was something there that I didn't know, right? I mean, it's just, and it's that little minute time of beauty. When I talk about history, I like to talk about it where I put myself into the shoes of others. And I think, like, it's almost like, how can you put yourself into that natural beauty? How can you put yourself into, art or something like that? I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was surreal, and I enjoyed it. It was so chill. Squad Bob was there, I think, for all of them, and which I really appreciate that. He's a cunning linguist. I don't know. It's cool. Let's see here. What else? Is anything happening? Did you guys? I just realized I don't know what's happening in real world. I have no idea about what's happening in real world. But I do know this is Thanksgiving. I had a couple of videos I'd done earlier, and I put those out today. And the one I did that landed this morning, George Washington's proclamation of the first Thanksgiving. Like, that one got me. And I thought for a second this thing was working. Clumsy! What's up? How are you doing? Clumsy Clairvoyance is here. By the way, guys, Clumsy has an awesome channel. You guys gotta go check it out. She's on, like, really late, too. So it's great for the Insomniac crowd. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the proclamation. So George Washington, he was, let's see, what was it? The White House was in New York back then. It was, what was it? The House and the Senate came together, and they voted on that the president needs to do a proclamation to, like, a unity type thing, because America had just gone through the Revolutionary War, and and it was Thanksgiving, and it talks a lot about God, and we understand that how in our freedoms and what our system of government was set up as was based on the liberties of an individual, and liberties are something that are given to you by your Creator. And that's what's so great about the language of, like, the Declaration of Independence is so great because it talks about your Creator, and that's a word that withstands all political correctness. It withstands the sands of time. It was magnificently chosen by Thomas Jefferson. But it's that time to give thanks back to your Creator. And it's funny, when I read that that proclamation, I don't know if you've seen, there is a painting, a portrait of George Washington praying at Valley Forge. And Valley Forge it was not good. Okay, Valley Forge is outside of Philadelphia. The British Army had taken up for the winter because they didn't find the winter because they didn't have food and stuff like that. Had taken up in the winter in Philadelphia. Valley Forge is like, I don't know, 30 miles outside of Philadelphia, which when you're on a horse and buggy is very far. It's not any further. It just takes up a lot of time. But that winter wasn't expected. It was an unnaturally cold winter. And so that's what Valley Forge was so hard. They don't ever focus on the distraughtness. Why were these men leaving their homes, their warm beds, to go basically camp for months and freeze to death? They were, at one point, they were boiling their own shoes and their belts to make the leather palpable because they were starving. There was nothing there. It was a horrible experience. And George Washington, in this portrait of him praying in Valley Forge, his horse is behind him, which I should know his horse's name. I know that's historic horses are like a really cool thing. But anyway, George Washington, he's kneeling. He has his hat off. He's bowing his head. He's kneeling in the snow, praying at Valley Forge, because the entire idea of independence and self-governance hangs on by a thread, and that thread is being worn away by the elements, by weather. And God, you have to believe, answered that prayer and kept the ragtag colonialists together to form what the Pilgrims envisioned, 100 years before then? I mean, it's absolutely surreal. And you're giving thanks back to something else. And this is where we go, like Mel, and it was Caker Death had left a comment today, and I know like Melanie's been talking about it. All these people, they live overseas. They're not American. They don't understand. Thanksgiving is about watching Charlie Brown. You finishing off. Hopefully, you still have a little bit of your stash of Halloween candy left, and you're gonna eat turkey. This disgusting, fake, government created drone. That you only eat this meat once a year. Disgusting. It's absolutely ridiculous to accept the butterball tradition. But anyway, I mean, I just don't like it. I don't like turkey. I'm sorry, I'm anti-turkey. I don't like cranberry sauce. It's awful. But anyway, I'm going off on a squirrel moment. I had to look down real quick. I'm like, let's see who wrote squirrel first in the chat. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all being patient with me while I'm driving here, because this is the peak Thanksgiving traffic. And of course, I'm an idiot, right? I don't plan properly. And no, I do not. It's not about that. I'll talk about that later too. But anyway, so you have these wonderful people that have decided to say to us, to communicate. And here we are, we're people that we've never met. We're all over the world. And they're all talking about, we don't have Thanksgiving, but I'm thankful for this, or I'm thankful for that. And the thing that people continue to say they're thankful for were their relationships and their friends. And it really kills me that we didn't get to do the Friendsgiving this year. And that's my fault. because of the predicament that I'm in, and I accept full responsibility for that. And I apologize for anybody who, had their hopes dashed. But, this is what we should be exporting. Take that moment. If you look, a year is a circle, right? You circle the sun, or the sun circles the earth. I don't care how you think. Anyway, so it's all circular, and that means that time can be at any moment. It doesn't have to be at the end of November. It doesn't have to be, at the. It can be at the sunrise. It can be at the sunset. And it's that moment that you find something unique with an individual that you've never met, you've never seen, you've never had dialogue with. You've never sat there and just been like, oh, look, they rolled their eyes at that comment. So you know that the comment is meant to be taken in jest. And these people are reaching out and they're saying, we're thankful for you, our friends. And that's so powerful. That's such an incredible message. And if there's ever been something so uniquely American, it is Thanksgiving. And it's that time you need, I don't know, maybe it's the power of friends that gets me. Because I said to my mother when I was a child, and she said something about, blah, 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 cousin, uncle, and whatever. And I was like, oh gosh, no. Everybody, that's the joke is the crazy uncle, going to come over and talk about heretic politics or something, just like that. It ruins the dinner for everybody. And then, but the good part is you're like, oh, well, I don't have to see him again until next year. Well, no. The thing is that your friends, or excuse me, what I said to my mom was, I said, Mom, family is what you call the people you normally wouldn't associate with. And she looked at me, she goes, that's awful. And I said, well, hold on, Mom, let me explain this. You wouldn't associate with most people that, like, you're having this. Why is that a joke about the crazy uncle or the aunt with all the cats? Or the cousin who wears the track suits and the Drakkar Noir cologne. What is the cousin Eddie that gives you inappropriate kisses? Aren't we all thankful we're not at the Bidens this weekend? Anyway, I'm probably going to get a hit for that one. But no, family is the people you normally wouldn't associate with. You're born into it. Now, family histories are good for, like, medical, but it's not 100%. Like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I had everybody in my family's had X, Y, Z disease. But that doesn't mean that you're going to have it. But, like, your family is like, when you go to see a movie, do you immediately ask a family member, or do you feel compelled to? And I know some people have wonderful relationships with family members, and that's great. And I'm not taking away from that at all. What I'm trying to get to is the power of friendship. The friendsgiving. To become friends is a very difficult thing. It's if you're friends, like, you're same-sex friends, right? Like, just anything. It's like you hear something, usually, that piques, you get your ear. You're like, wait a second. I like that sense of humor. I like that, I like that conversation. I like whatever's going on over there. Much like dating. I mean, you're throwing yourself out there. You got your stick, you got your thing, and it's like, you have that friend that's like, they start laughing at your jokes. Or it's not a friend yet. It's this person. They laugh at your jokes when nobody else is laughing. And then you look up and you're like, oh gosh, that person got what I was saying. That's not necessarily good in this environment, but they got it. And then, over time, you grow this bond, and it's closer than family so many times. And think about it, when you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend before you have a wife or a husband. Your friend is the key to that word. And you love that friend so much that you want to make them family. That to me is that Valley Forge prayer, where you've got all of these people there fighting for an idea. They all came together. This is an idea that it was an experimental idea. I mean, think about the how smooth talking the politicians had to be that convinced these people to put down their plows and leave their homes and come in and to join together to fight the most powerful military in the world, the most well-trained, well-fed, most well-outfitted military in the world. And this is just a bunch of old country boys. They're sitting there going, man, that guy looks silly in that red coat. I bet you I see him by 300 yards. I guarantee I can knock that wig off his head. I mean, this is the type of conversations they're having. And then, like Cletus' buddies are going, oh, man, you can't hit that. You can't knock his wig off his head. He's like, you dare me? He's like, man, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you a beer. Well, you better hold my beer right now because you watch this. I mean, that brought in such this modernism, this greatness that we have, that we all have the best health cares, the best transportation, the best communication. We're able to share this stuff all over the world through capitalism. We sell our ideas everywhere else. We need to sell Thanksgiving everywhere else. And we need to slow down and remember that day. We have like Sundays is the Lord's Day, right? Or Saturday is for Jewish. That's not the Lord. I'm not getting into all that. But anyway, you're given one day a week, we'll say, to your Maker. Take all that time you have in a year, all that time you waste watching YouTube, tweeting out stupid stuff on Twitter, watching people throw cucumbers at cats, which, by the way, I watch way too much of that, or the kangaroo videos that your friend that you have no idea how you came together shows you from Australia. This place that may not exist. This beautiful place that may not exist. Full of exotic people. It's amazing. It really is, for America, it's like a storybook. It's like a fairy tale. But don't let me get distracted or distract you. This Thanksgiving, you had that one day. And think about the meal. We all love meals because we love obesity. We love to eat. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody loves to eat. And what we've done is also, as a culture, we have made the kitchen the gathering place. We focus on kitchens when we go to buy a new house. We focus on kitchens when we gather, we spend more time on our appliances than we do our beds, and we spend more time in our beds than we do with our heads in the refrigerator. Well, I don't know, maybe not. But we're doing all this stuff, and we got all these TV shows, all these chefs, all these new ways of cooking. We can sous vide stuff. We can what's that magnetic stuff? It doesn't matter. You got inside smokers. You've got air fryers. Whoever thought you would have an air fryer? What the hell is that? We got. It used to be you had to deep fat fry something. Now you put it in peanut oil. It's an amazing thing. I put peanut oil. Now you put it in air. Take that day, and this is where, and also like all this stuff I'm talking about, George Washington and stuff. You take that day, and you go back. What other day do you think about George Washington and food and stuff like? Think 4th of July. But we're not exporting 4th of July. But the importance is being able to sit around a table with your friends and talk to them and tell them your secrets and your passions and your loves like they are family. Because at the end of the day, your friends, they're a reflection of you. You'll notice that your friends act like you. Like, you have a child and you're like, oh man, that kid takes after me or takes after his mom, whatever it does, right? Well, your friends, they act like you because that's your common bond. That's why you're friends. And here's the thing, I'm talking about like one day a year. That's sad. That's sad that we're talking about one day. I love holidays because we should be having the barbecue. We should be having the get-together. We should spend time at people's houses, our friends, on New Year's or on St. Patrick's Day. We need to reclaim holidays and make them all family. Not all of them, of course. Every once in a while you want to sit alone at home and do nothing. Or maybe do that most of the time. I don't know. Whatever your gig is. But Friendsgiving. The joke, and I gotta hand it, Divinity said, her channel, Div, was the one that was all excited about doing this. About having a Friendsgiving. And I really hate that. I really hate we weren't able to do it together. But isn't that just cool? To think like, hey, you know what? We can spread this love, like family. Family loves each other, right? Like a lot of times you're like, I don't want to bail him out, but he's family. That's how friends are. And you should love your friends. You should only speak when you have love for the other person. If you're sitting there with contempt for something, it sours everything. You're soured. They get soured. You're Ebenezer Scrooge. Nobody likes Ebenezer. He's unredeemable. But anyway, it was a message from Mel. It started with a message from Cake or Death, and it was a message from Melanie. She was talking about meatballs in the Netherlands. They have like a meatball day. I don't know. Right? It sounds weird when you say it's a meatball day, because immediately the next question is, oh, what's that? I don't know. I didn't get time to ask. I didn't get time to look up. All I know is she sent a picture of meatballs she was cooking. I was like, I want those. I want it. And you know what? I hope one day to meet Melanie. How cool would that be to say, this is my friend in the Netherlands? Right? how cool is that? Building those bridges and those bonds, and all this is possible because of Al Gore. Who knew that guy was so cool? This inner tube thing it's kind of cool. And at first, I didn't really know if it was going to work out or not, but it's here. Anyway, I just want to say, I'm going to wrap up my I don't know, novella, my oral novella, and say that you guys, I'm thankful for you. And you may not realize how important you are to some poor little schlep here in Tennessee, but you are. And I think about the chat, right? And unfortunately, it seems like that's what everybody calls it. I think about y'all. And I think about, I think about it during the day. I'm like, it's like the sun setting thing. It's like, this is just putting up a really cool stream for people that they listen to my silliness and they dig it. I don't know why you do, but you do, and that's cool. But it's like you're sitting there and you're in a safe spot, and here we are, we're typing with our thumbs now. Tell me that doesn't sound like we're degressing instead of progressing. And it's, you guys, I say it all the time that you give me energy, you give me direction, you give me purpose. And I love that. I love that human energy. I love that wonderfulness y'all have. And it's like, it is so amazing to watch. Sometimes you get a stream and you're like, you don't put the right hashtags in there. You don't have the right, you say the wrong words. Something, whatever it is. It's a complicated, being on a stream, being a streamer, it's more complicated than I would have imagined. And it's hard to explain to people that have not at least been sitting in a chat. But it's just, I don't know how better to say it than to say that it's love. And that's why I tell the woman that I'm checking out at Publix, I go, all right, I love you. But I don't say it like that. I'm like, all right, I love you guys. You know how I do it like when I leave here. I really do. But it's weird when you tell it to people face to face. I'm going to tell you that right now. You should not just go around giving random I love yous to people. They get freaked out. All right? But that's the only thing I can describe this up. So when you're sitting there and you're thinking about Thanksgiving, or if you're overseas, or this is not a holiday for you, all right? Canada, geez, I forgot it. Canada, it's not a day, right? When you have this stuff, just be thinking about, man, it's kind of cool. Like, there are people over there, they're gathering around, like they have a holiday for eating. Why don't we have that? And then we get together, and you know what? And I'm talking about anywhere in the world. Because we've had a lot of talk about this lately in the chat that talks about, like, we all have these great recipes that are passed down from family. And you grow up thinking it's like a family secret. And of course, the secret ingredient always is love. But we came together and, we put out our best that we have, our greatest recipes. And, you make that. You make your grandmother's apple pie, right? You think about your grandmother, and you feel warm, and that warmth is love. It's really amazing. It's like, I never realized it. Thanksgiving has always been a blow-off holiday for me, because I'm not going to eat what I want to eat. and you say, Axel, what do you want to eat? I'll tell you this. You know, I think the perfect Thanksgiving food? Lasagna. Homemade lasagna, baby. Oh, man, I love it. Because lasagna, if you ever notice, every lasagna you eat is different. I'm not saying like the individual, like, Olive Garden comes out of a cardboard box every time, right? But you go to different places, different Italian restaurants, always get the lasagna because it's all, it's handmade there, and it's going to taste different than the place next door is, or the place in the next town. Lasagna is an amazing dish. But, I don't know, it's just, everything we've done here, stuff, I really want you guys to know, I am so thankful for you. I'm so thankful that you guys share my stupidness, my silliness, and, I mean, hell, I don't know how y'all are one-on-one. We might not like each other. That'd be shameful. But, I mean, this is just Thanksgiving now. I realize this. This is what I was like, I really think with all the turmoil I've been through in my life these past couple months, I think now Thanksgiving's my most important holiday. Because it's just cool. It's just cool. And I got to spend Thanksgiving with some friends this year. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I was surprised by friends all day today. And it's unbelievable. Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable you have friends. Yeah, it's great, though. Man, they're not friends, they're family. And you guys, I don't know, man. Yeah, I wish you could hear the smile I have on my face right now thinking about this. And I'm so excited. I'm thinking, the best is yet to come, right? We're all going to be doing this together. I mean, how cool is this? This is so exciting. I mean, every day that you're alive in this world is better than the day before. Believe it or not, there was a time when that was not the case. That time was just like a couple hundred years ago, right around when George Washington was proclaiming Thanksgiving. Could you imagine having Thanksgiving? What did you do? You didn't have indoor plumbing. I mean, that right there is a deal breaker, right? I am not going over to somebody's house that does not have indoor plumbing. Sorry, not going to do it. But, I mean, it's just, I don't know, they were so thankful, and they didn't know what they didn't have. And that's just, I don't know, man. I've spent a lot of time by myself these past, past 8 days, 9 days. And maybe that's it. Maybe I'm delirious, and I need to get back out in people world. But it's just cool, man. It's just so cool. We got so much cool stuff happening. And, we're coming up, we're going to have New Year's soon, and everybody makes New Year's resolutions and stuff. It's like, we need to get away from the typical resolution and look at, New Year's goals. Because you set goals to better yourself, right? And I think, I think we got some great goals ahead of us. And I forget who it was today, they're showing, some of their crocheting, and I'm like, I never thought this would be something that I would stop to, look at and, how amazing this is. I think everybody's goal should be to share what you love. I mean, everybody has a hobby or a unique knowledge about something, and knowing that and sharing that, that's the only way we grow. If you don't share your hobby's going to die out. And then what are you going to do when there's no more Hobby Lobby or whatever the hobby store is, right? I don't know. I think it's just kind of being forced back into a pocket environment where I didn't realize like how bad pandemic stuff was and everything. And I think that there's a lot of stuff we could have learned and kept and shared for the future that we've already forgotten about. And one of the things like I noticed myself is I shook a stranger's hand this week, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a second!" Like I had this weird what was that? Like we shook hands, and I was like, I didn't know. I actually thought, is that offensive? Isn't that crazy? So anyway, I don't know. I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. When I go home, I'm going to see my beautiful wife, my wonderful dogs that annoy me on purpose. Not my wife. She just is herself, and she's so wonderful. That's what annoys me. I'm like, how do you do that? You can't figure this out. How are you so great? But oh gosh, I just stuttered because I thought the car passed me with a state trooper. I'm like, yeah. It's like, how'd you get pulled over? Well, I had this bright screen on the dash, and I'm throwing my hands, swinging it around because I'm a physical talker. Sorry, guys. That was not a squirrel moment. That was literally like, oh crap, what's happening? But anyway, no, I'm just, guys, y'all are wonderful, great people, and I love it when we hear things like you put in there. Like, I love this chat. I love how comfortable it is. I love how safe it is, and because I really do, I believe in the better of humanity. Because if we don't start getting better, what's going to happen? We're going to die out. Our hobbies are going to be gone. We're not sharing our knowledge, our intellect, our experiences. And I don't know, I just kind of bring that all back to just sharing a meal with friends, sitting around a table. That's some of the best experiences I can think of right now in my life. And again, like I said, I was very fortunate that I got to spend time with friends today. And I hope everybody here, I hope you all have a Thanksgiving so cool. It's so great that you just like, man, 2022 was a kick-ass year. And 2023 is going to be even better. I don't know. It's just, you guys really rock. And I know I've not been in the chat because I am driving. But you guys are awesome. Everyone, you kick ass. And I love it. So thank you all for giving me a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I'm being selfish when I say that, but honest to goodness, thank you. Now, what are y'all doing? What's happening in the chat? No, let's see here. I know Texas Jen said she was making a, I can't think, buttermilk pie or chest pie. Now I can't remember. Tish in Tennessee, she shared with us the other day her recipe for, was it buttermilk or chest? That was chest pie. Hers was chest pie. Which, by the way, I'm telling this to you guys because these are great Southern traditions. Oh my gosh, dude. And I love it how people do not. It's like, okay, you're just gonna sit there. All right, move. Sorry. See, I told you I'm not a nice guy. I'm like, dude, what is wrong? Why are you putzing around? Oh my gosh, it's like you can tell the holiday drivers route, right? Ever notice that you're always a better driver than everybody else on the road? Isn't that amazing? You know, like all this stuff that we're talking about, like in the past few days, about like turkey. You know, do you eat that? Some people do turkey and ham. Uh, I know Ballsthorpe used to have two turkeys. I know I discussed that the other day. He used to do both oven and fried. But to have all this stuff is nobody. I don't remember anybody mentioning a favorite cake recipe. And I was like, like cake is one of those things. Like I don't know if I like cake. I like the slice of cake, or if I've gotten into like where I like cupcakes now. But I mean, there's definitely a difference. All I know is that I don't like pumpkin. I don't want a pumpkin pie. I don't like the way it smells. It smells like pumpkin spice, and I don't want pumpkin spice. I don't want dessert with a cup of coffee. I hate the smell of coffee. I mean, this is where I just take everything that was great and good feeling. I just stomp all over it, right? No, it's I don't know. Like I don't think I have a favorite like Thanksgiving dessert, and I really do like. I think it's gonna have to become like one of these chess pie, buttermilk pie recipes that have been shared. I mean, it's gotta be it's my favorite pie. I mean, what else is there? What other? I mean, I like peanut butter pie, but I mean that's like a frozen concoction of cream cheese and peanut butter. I mean, hell, who wouldn't love that? Except for our friends in England who don't like peanut butter, which is weird to me. Um, I don't like cobblers. I don't like fruits. Right? So it's weird. I think I need to start getting into the chess pie because it's just basically a bunch of butter and some flour and a lot of sugar, which sounds pretty much like my diet. I mean, where'd that other Pop Tart go? Okay, there it is. Sorry, I had to quench my throat with Dr. Pepper. Let's see here. Let's try to see if guys. So by the way, StreamYard has changed, like their format, and I noticed that, like when I look down now, I can't see the chat like I could before. I'm like, you need to have an option where you can like blow this up a little bit. Oh man, you know what? I'm past McDonald's. McRib is gone. I didn't get to give it like. Usually, I panic at the last minute and I start going to all the McDonald's I can to find one last McRib. And I did not get one this year, but I did at least get some McRibs. And they're disgusting. They're the most disgusting thing in the world, and I feel like disgust when I eat one. But I'm gonna do it because this year they're advertising as it might be the last time ever. Uh, oh, jeez, I can't believe it, guys. It's here. We're full swing. Just we gotta start having fun every day, man. Every day we gotta start having fun because the last thing you want to do is die with unlived lives in your veins. It's just, man, it's here on out. And I know a lot of y'all will be getting Christmas trees. That's cool. The Christmas tree time is the best. So I saw the other day, and I haven't seen trees out for sale yet, but I saw the other day, maybe 2 days ago maybe, a car driving with a Christmas tree strapped to the roof, and I was like, oh wow, they're going all out, man. They're getting ready before Thanksgiving. Now, they're probably like the people that take down the tree like on December 26th, which bah humbug, right? I mean, you're supposed to do the 12 days of Christmas. So it's like, what's the Epiphany or whatever? It's January 8th is when you're supposed to take down. I forget. Anyway, yeah, I mean, Christmas trees are coming. Your house is going to start smelling good. That's what you need to do. Like, wherever you are, whatever you do your tradition or whatever it is, just like build, like, if that's your smell, like that Thanksgiving smell, and I do, actually, I remember that now as a kid, like, waking up, you got the Thanksgiving Day parade, which Al Roker's not going to be in this year, right? Isn't he sick? Then he have, like, I'm not going to talk about that, because I can't take any more hits. But anyway, yeah, you know, it's that you wake up to that smell, you go into the Thanksgiving Day parade's going on, and I've got to admit, I think I've watched it as a kid, always hoping that the balloons, like a strong wind would come through, and a balloon would get loose, because I always thought that'd be cool, seeing one like, you know, like Spider-Man. Garfield's what I want to see. I'll see Garfield over Manhattan. That'd be so cool. But yeah, it's just like, so we're gonna have all that smell and that aroma in the house, and then you get the Christmas tree, and you got Christmas coming. We just gotta maintain this, man. We gotta keep this party ball going. It's gonna be, man, it's so great. I can't. Gosh, I wish that, you know, the worst thing about tonight was that I can't just sit there and talk to y'all in the chat. That's something I really am disappointed about. But man, it is gonna be so awesome. So hang on here, I'm at this messed up intersection here. It's all screwed up. Let's see here. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm out. I'm excited. Because I've get to be with my family I chose. I can't wait. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you guys, my original plans for, like, you know, you start thinking about like Thanksgiving and all stuff, like the stream here. It's like, you know, like after Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, it's like get on and start to like talk about like Black Friday and stuff like that. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what those type of things are or anything. So I gotta leave you hanging. I'm a cliffhanger. But hopefully I should be around tomorrow. And you guys, man, just kick ass, and I hope everybody made it to the liquor store before they close. But just be safe, guys. Have a good time. Bite your tongue and be nice. No fighting around the dinner table, okay? And, you know, all I can say is get happy, enjoy it, and, you know, start dancing. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I time for that. Ain't nobody got